What's up, SXE Phil? Psst. What was the best moment of your entire life? Careful now. You're going to be here tomorrow, right? It's another day. You never know what could happen. Um, oh, yeah. Now, I'm sorry to use your video as a platform for this, but. Alright. Graduated high school. Fantastic. Right? While ago. Went to college. Got an associate's degree. Fantastic. Met a girl. Fell in love. Fantastic. Got married. Fantastic. Progresses. It goes on and on and on. Got hurt. Gained a bunch of weight. Lost a ton. Fantastic. But finally, anybody who knows me knows what my answer is going to be. Man, it's my son. Birth of my son. You know what I'm saying? But it's an interesting story. You see, the water breaks. She comes to you. She says, "Yo, honey, I think my water just broke." And you're like, "Get out of town." Because you're ready for this moment until it happens, man. Once that water breaks, you're like, "Oh God, everything that you're training for is out the window. It's gone." I calls the hospital. Not on this radio, but hello, wife's water just broke. What? Am I short? Yes, I'm short. The water just broke. And then, the nurse puts me on hold. And she's like, "Well, until she starts feeling contractions, I don't think that you need to bring her in right away." And I would give us a call back. I said, "Her water broke. Doesn't the baby need that fluid to breathe? What? It's going away, man." So anyway, long story short, get to the hospital. They put her in the bed. Contractions are coming. She's squeezing my hand. Death grip. It hurt. I'm big. Like I said, I showed you the muscles, and I'm a big, strong guy. But she hurt my fingers, man. And they come up to me and they say, "Mr. Patterson, here." Now they're not giving me a pen. I'm just using this as a symbol to show you something. Alright. So they give me this thing that sort of looks like this pen. And I said, "What's that?" And they say, "Well, that's a wand, man." And I said, "Okay, it's a wand. What does it do?" And they said, "Well, if you point it, wherever you point it, there's these really cool lights on the ceiling. And wherever I point this wand, these lights they're moving, man." So I point here, they're pointing there. And they said, "Well, you can point right around, and we'll call that the doorway to life, okay? We'll put that area down there that woman has. I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to call it the doorway to life." So they say if you point around the doorway to life, you could see, and then the lights are going. I'm like, yeah. Now, all our lives, men are chasing it. Well, most men, right? Most men are chasing after this. But when you see it in this situation, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, anyway. So you're pointing at the thing, and the contractions get closer and closer. Parents are outside listening at the door, wanting to come in. And, it's all good. But the head starts to cry. And they're like, "You want to touch it? Do you want to touch it?" I'm like, "Do I want to touch it?" I was like, "Maybe once you get it out, I'll touch it." Because all I see now is this pink skull cap that's fuzzy coming out of an area that's fuzzy. And I got my wand. Woo! Yeah, there's the light. There's the thing you want to... No, I don't want to touch anything. Of course, I could go back and maybe want to touch his head. But, he's going to come out into the world. I've got plenty of time to touch his head. So finally, they pull my child from his mom, from the doorway of life. I drop the magic wand, and the lights just go everywhere. They take him over to this table, and they start cleaning him off, and he starts to look more like something that I would want to touch. So immediately I'm like, "Honey, you okay? You okay? You okay? Good, good. Peace. gotta go. You know, I'm gone. I'm over there with my boy, and I'm looking at where's my son, and they're wiping him off, and he's got a little hat on now, little things going on, and you know, they got him all dressed up, and I'm getting around. I want to touch him. I'm like, gimme, 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 gimme. So you know, I mean, I'm in there and I'm trying to touch him and get him, and I look over and I see the doctor's working on my wife. Her legs are still up, and there's no twin or nothing. Sorry, but they're like, I guess, fixing the doorway to life. They're fixing it. Well, as they're working, you know, she pulls a little something out. You know, she's in there and she's doing her thing. Pulls a little something out. Whoop! I'm like, she don't need that. That ain't. I mean, okay, sac, placenta, whatever it is. Tossed it like over there like it was nothing, like a piece of lunch meat. Boop. You know, hey dog, here you go. You know, to the dog for the lunch meat to get it. Well, they toss it. I'm looking and I'm like, you know. So women, I respect you very much for what it is that you have to go through, because that was some crazy stuff. But for me, if my entire life was to end now, would be the most fascinating moment. But then you know what? Phil, my man, SXE. My son grew, and then he said his first word. That moment was overtaken. He took his first step. That moment was overtaken. He goes on the podium now by himself. The moment's overtaken. We put in SmackDown versus Raw 2007. He hands me my... The moments are overtaken, man. So I'm glad that you had that moment, and you're going to keep it here forever. But one day, man, you're going to see your sister, and she's going to do something and just shake the pillars of your foundation, man. So if you say the best moment in our entire life, yeah, I guess if we're thinking that there is no tomorrow. But I always, you know, live life for tomorrow. But it's a great question, man. It gave me an opportunity to tell my story and throw a psh at you, you know, because I know how much you love that, right? But it's Digital Soul. Appreciate you guys watching, because I'll be watching you. This is my first response I've done in a while. I had the magic wand. I hope you enjoyed my story. Doorway Life. And I'll see you guys when I see you. All right? Peace. Thanks for watching.